Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Lesson 6. Challenging the caste system. Knowledge acquisition. The Indian caste system is another name for the social stratification prevalent in the Indian subcontinent, where social classes are defined by thousands of hereditary groups often termed as jatis or castes. The caste system has been prevalent in our society since the ancient period. According to the Hindu scriptures, there are 4 varnas: Brahmins, teachers, scholars and priests, Kshatriyas, kings and warriors, Vaishyas, traders, and Sudras, agriculturists, artisan groups. Although the political power was in the hands of the Kshatriya, Brahmins traditionally enjoyed prestige and privileges. India witnessed a series of social and religious movements during the 19th and early decades of the 20th century. The main aim of the 19th century reformers was to spread knowledge so as to liberate people from deep-rooted superstitions and social evils. The force behind these movements was the emergence of a new intelligentsia, a class which was exposed to Western education and growing contacts between India and the Western world. Here, we will study about different caste reform movements pioneered by distinguished Indian reformers in different parts of India. It will give us valuable insights into their way of handling the issue of social reform. Veerasalingam. Kandukuri Veerasalingam was a social reformer from Andhra Pradesh. Born in an Orthodox Andhra family, he is widely considered as the man who first brought about a renaissance in the Telangana region. There was excessive caste rigidity in Andhra Pradesh in 19th century. Social life was dominated by the caste system and religious dogma, and it was impossible to make a clear distinction between the two. Child marriage, polygamy, devdasis, dowry and superstition were prevalent evils. Untouchables and social outcasts were not treated as human beings. Western education and ideas of reform had created an impact on a small section of the population which could be termed as the intelligentsia. In Andhra Pradesh, the cultural renaissance and the reform movement were both started by Veerasalingam Pantulu, who hailed from Rajmundri. Though he came from an orthodox family, he realized that the prevailing customs and traditions were not rational. He was deeply influenced by the writings of Keshab Chandra. Senator reforms related to women were his first priority. He worked to eradicate child marriage, polygamy and sati, projecting his arguments through a drama, Brahmavivahamic, serialized in his journal Haya Sanjeevani. Vivekvaradhini, published by Veerasalingam, was the journal devoted to uncompromising social regeneration. Veerasalingam was pioneer in borrowing from both English and Sanskrit literature through his satirical novel Prahasnam, a new literary genre and place, to propagate his ideas on social reforms. In his speeches and writings, Veerasalingam focused on the need to spread scientific knowledge and rational way of thinking. He advocated for the spread of scientific education in local languages. He believed that social reform should take place along with political reform, if not before it. In his presidential address at the Indian Social Conference in 1888, he declared that, "I believe the political development of a country must largely depend upon the social condition of the community which supplies the physical, intellectual and moral resources of the people." He was a typical representative of early Indian nationalism. Sri Narayana Guru, Kerala. Sri Narayana Guru was the apostle of social equality. He was a great saint and social reformer. He was born at Chempajanti, a small village in Kerala, in 1856. He belonged to the Ejava community, which constituted the single largest community among the downtrodden classes in Kerala. A religious person since his childhood, Sri Narayana Guru did not believe in the caste system. He was determined to eradicate the social disabilities imposed on lower castes. Narayan Guru realized the evils of casteism and pioneered the lower caste movement in Kerala. To change the mindset of the masses, he founded an organization in 1903 called SNDP, the Sri Narayan Dharam Pariplana Yogam. He struggled to lift up the downtrodden and worked for their rightful place in society. His most significant message was, one caste, one religion, one God for man. He preached that all of us belong to one caste, the human caste. The Hindu texts themselves clarify that it is not Janma, birth, that determines castes, but Guna, aptitude, ability, interest, and Karma, occupation, activities, work. In 1888, one Shivratri night, Narayan Guru picked up a shivling from the Nayar river and consecrated, to make declare sacred, it at Aruvipuram near Trivandrum. When challenged, he replied, mildly, it was only an Ejhava Siva that I consecrated. The great irony of that simple statement, how could Siva belong to any particular caste, reverberated throughout the land. This was the very first satyagraha, a peaceful, non-violent protest against obvious injustice. Jyotiba Phule, Maharashtra. Jyotiba Phule was born in 1827 in Pune and studied in Christian missionary schools. Since his father and uncle served as florists under the Peshwas, they came to be known as Phule. Jyotiba was greatly influenced by Thomas Paine's ideas. A painful incident made him aware of the inequities of the caste system. He was invited to attend a wedding ceremony of his Brahman friend, where he was insulted in the name of caste. Deeply hurt, Jyotiba struggled throughout his life to defy the caste system and serve the Shudras and women who were deprived of all their rights as human beings. He strongly attacked the stronghold of Brahmins, believing that they blocked others from gaining access to avenues of knowledge and influence. He appealed the masses to resist the tyranny of the Brahmins. In 1873, he founded Satya Shodhak Samaj, Society of Seekers of Truth. The main objectives of the organization were to liberate the Shudras. All the members of the organization were expected to treat human beings as children of God. He opposed idolatry and supported widow remarriage and women's education. He stressed on the unity of man and envisaged a society based on liberty, equality, and fraternity. In 1873, Phule wrote Gulamgiri, meaning slavery, which was dedicated to all those Americans. He passed away on 28 November 1890. Periyar, E.V. Ramaswamy, Tamil Nadu. The Indian Socrates, E.V. Ramaswamy Nekar was born at Erode town in Tamil Nadu in 1879. In 1904, he left home for Vijayawada. After some time, he went to Kashi, a sacred town of the Hindus. There, he was not allowed to attend a feast which was exclusively for Brahmins. This event left a lasting impact on the mind of young Periyar. Consequently, a rethinking on his renunciation led him back to family life. He was an ardent supporter of social equality. His philosophy was based on social justice and rational outlook. He condemned casteism in all its forms and started the Vaikam movement against untouchability. Many popular national leaders like Gandhiji, Rajgopalachari and Acharya Vinoba Bhave participated in this movement. Finally, the Raja of Travancore abolished this inhuman practice by an act. He founded the first non-Brahminical organization in South India in 1917, which was later known as the Justice Party. He accused the Congress of being a party of Brahmins. He started the self-respect movement and actively participated in the Khadi propaganda, the movement for prohibition, and led the Vaikam movement for allowing lower caste people to enter temples. His followers called him Tantai, Father, and Periyar, Great Soul. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Maharashtra. B.R. Ambedkar occupies a unique position among the social reformers of the 20th century. He belonged to the Mahar caste, and as a child, he had to tolerate a lot of injustice. Dr. Ambedkar opposed the humiliating caste system under which millions of people had suffered for centuries. He fought for the cause of the untouchables and tried to raise their social status. In July 1924, Ambedkar started the Bahishkrit Hitkarini Sabha, an organization whose objective was to raise the moral and material status of the untouchables. He also struggled for the untouchables' right to temple entry and to draw water from public wells. In 1930, he made his presence felt in national politics. He demanded separate electorates for untouchables. He participated in the Round Table conferences and argued strongly in favor of upliftment of the depressed classes. He wrote a number of books, published journals, and established institutions to promote the interests of the depressed classes. In 1942, he founded the Scheduled Caste Federation as an all-India party. Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhiji felt that political independence had no significance without social independence. He, therefore, merged the two-stream social reforms and freedom movement, taking up constructive work for the uplift of Harijans and women. He founded Harijan Sevak Sangh and Sevagram, Wardha, as a part of his freedom movement. Gandhiji combined in himself all the qualities and strengths that social and political movements typically need. He fought the evils of untouchability and poverty. He insisted on the equal status of women and men. His followers lent their services voluntarily, undertaking manual work for developing the community. Gandhiji gave equal weightage to both means and work. Do you know? Harijan was a newspaper first published on 11th February 1933, brought out by Mahatma Gandhi from Yerwada jail. Consequences of the reform activities. National leader and social reformers like Gandhi, Phule and others realized quite early that the country could never achieve freedom without the active participation of all sections of Hindu society. Therefore, it was important to uplift the untouchables and lower castes. Attempts to eradicate untouchability and the launching of Harijan Sevak Sangh were aimed at achieving this political and social aim. Like most of the other reformers, Gandhi did not want to disturb the basic structure of Hindu society. Ambedkar, however, did take a shy at structural change, with special emphasis on removing the social stigma burdening the lower castes. The inequalities within the caste system are not ordained by religion, they are a result of social distinctions initially based on functions. These later degenerated into a rigid social structure where power and privilege were unequally distributed. Higher castes, who had performed the functions of performing religious rites and purveying education, acquired monopoly over sacred rituals, access to scriptural texts, and relatively greater access to power and privileges. The maintenance of this power structure perpetuates inequalities and the disabilities of the lower castes, which form the base of the power-privilege pyramid. The influence of Western culture and the introduction of modern education by the British affected individuals in a twofold manner. It fueled an ambition for a progressive and improved social structure, but it created a deep-felt resentment among rigid traditionalists against the reformers who were struggling for social justice. Thus, The society got the message that many of those traditions which were detrimental to society were nevertheless an intrinsic part of the Hindu religion. Change happens in the mind. Hence, reformers have to first change the way people think, the way in which they see their world, before change can manifest itself. Education was the sole solution because it broadens the mind and encourages rationalism that sets the stage for change. Do you know? Dadabhai Nauraji along with UB Vacha started the Rahnumai Majdaisan Sabha for safeguarding of the Parsis against the evils of society and also to protect the Zoroastrian religion. The Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee led a movement for the reforms and proper functioning of the Gurudwaras for the welfare of the Sikh community. Keywords: Untouchables, the lowest varna of the Indian caste system. Caste: any rigid system of social distinctions based on birth. High caste: high social position conferred upon one by the caste system. Devdasi: a hereditary female dancer in a Hindu temple. Let's revise. Continuous review. The Indian caste system is based on the concept of four varnas: the Brahmins, Kshtriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Veersalingam brought a wave of social reforms in Andhra region. He worked to eradicate evil practices like child marriage, polygamy, devdasi, dowry. Narayan Guru from Kerala and Jyotiba Phule from Maharashtra were other famous reformers who attacked the caste system. They fought to uplift the downtrodden. Periyar led the Vaikam movement in Kerala for allowing lower caste people to enter temples. Ambedkar was a modern social reformer and thinker who fought for the cause of untouchables. He tried to raise the social status of depressed classes by various reforms and constitutional remedies.
Like, share and subscribe.